Welcome back, YouTube. Got us a new reel here that we go test out, see how it fishes and all, do a little test on it, test review. This is the Runcl or Runcl. This particular one is the Titan 2 2000. We go fish with it a little bit and see how it does, check it out. Do a little review on it, see how we like it. Feel like a good solid reel. I'll read up on the specs here on it in a minute. See what all the specs are. See, we got our anti-reverse clip right here. Look like a spool setup. Use a spider wire or mono or fluorocarbon, I think. See if I can get it to focus on the line specs here. The camera ain't wanting to adjust too much. And they've sent a pouch here to store the reel in. So the pouch comes in there with the reel for storage. It has a warranty card that comes in there with the box. It says on the card, activate your warranty and get a free gift. www.runcl.com warranty. I reckon I'm pronouncing that right. Runcl. I think it's Runcl. Not sure, but anyhow, there's the spelling. And they give a sticker here where you have a sticker to place on something. Man, if my co-pilot sees this sticker here, it'll be on something. And speaking of my co-pilot, what are you doing with your bag and all that? I ain't saying nothing about going fishing. I'm just out here doing a review. Checking out this new reel here that we got where we can go try it out and see how it works.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, don't you look at this sticker too hard, because you'll be put it on the fan, on the wall in the house, or on the fridge, or... I'm trying to see what and all about that we can learn about this reel before we go fishing with it. Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you got a sticker on your wrist already.
Yeah, I like this one.
Let me find the specs on this thing. All right, I went online and went into Runcl's website here, and I pulled up the specs on it. This one that I got was the Titan 2000. And it's got 9-to-1 ball bearing on it, 33 pounds of drag. That's almost as much as what my catfish reels has got. It's a lot of drag. It's got 3-piece carbon fiber washers. I don't know what that IP for the turn is. The line capacity and the weight in ounces. But they make the 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, and 6000 series. 6000 series, all them, once you get up to the Titan 4000, all them's up to 44 pounds of drag. But anyhow, me and Nadine's gonna spool this thing up with probably some 10-pound mono, and we could do some brim fishing with it. That's why I'd wanted the 2000 series there. But we could try it out and see what we think of the reel, Nadine. We'll do a thing on a reel, a review on a reel. Well, we got something nice brim here. We can get him He swallowed this thing. All right, turn that tail loose. Throwing a pink colored jig here right now this morning. Old blue brim here. Fishing with this here Runcl Titan 2000. It casts smooth. It's got a good smooth cast to it. Got us another brim here with the old reel here. Yeah, nice blue brim. Wifey would be so proud of me. She said she was wanting some fish for today. So we just might fry some up. I'm having to get used to the retrieve speed of this thing here. I'm having to reel it very slow because it's got a little faster retrieve on there than what I'm used to. So we have to slow her down a little bit to where the spinner, because these fish ain't real active. Man, caught a nice crappie on the old Runcl here. And I ain't get my dip net out. And these old crappie, them they lips are so tender, their rips are easy. Sometimes they get a little, either the lips are ripped or they'll get a little bit of slack in there if you don't keep tightness on them and the hook will come out. I lose a lot of crappie by not getting the dip net. See if we can catch another one. All right, YouTube. That water got high in the river and them fish stopped biting. So we stopped over here at Mr. Jimmy's pond and we're gonna throw this thing a little bit and see what kind of fish we can catch in here today or this morning. Try out this here Runcl here a little bit more, this new reel. See what we can test out the drag and see. It got a nice drag on it. I looked up the drag on this thing. It's got more drag for a little small reel than what my catfish reels have. But let's see if we can catch one. Caught a crappie here. They tore the tail off. This is the second grub that they tore the tail off of out there. It's kind of grabbing the tail of the hook, so we just could throw this for a minute and I'll switch grubs. Well, no, this thing casts real smooth, real easy. It got a very smooth retrieve on it. Having to reel it real slow to fish it though. Just had a bite in. The drag system on here is easy to set. Got a good smooth drag. That drag hit smooth on there, and it got a good click in between setting the drag too. When you tighten or loosen it, you can hear it click and feel it in there. Got all tangled up my wires there for a minute. Yeah, they hitting at it, but they ain't catching it in their mouth. Yeah, real good and smooth. They seem to be more interested in the chartreuse tails on them other jigs. So we can see if we can fix them. And we could put a chartreuse jig on here that ain't got much of a tail on it and see if that'll get them to grabbing the whole thing, I hope, instead of just tearing the tails off. Oh yeah. They after this chartreuse. Well, I figured they tearing the chartreuse colors off of them other jigs I had there. So I put this chartreuse one on that it didn't have a tail. So we got the chartreuse color on this since y'all after chartreuse. Nice brim. Whoa, hen Nelly. There goes your big brim, Mr. Jimmy.
Big brim.
The old big hand-sized brim there.
Over there, during the fish before, you'll probably catch them one after the other over there. That's where I feed them at.
Yeah, I'll make it run that way in a minute and check them out there.
Anyway, what I was fixing to tell you, I'm turning my shot.
It's nice hand-sized brim. Them fish love that chartreuse color. And a little small crappie here. Little small crappie. A lot of these hand-sized crappie in here. But yeah, I like the Runcl reel here. Got smooth retrieve, cast good. I can cast it real good. I got that sunshine at my back. But yeah, I can cast it real good, easy casting. I'll put this chartreuse on there. On that side, pretty much every throw I was getting a bite, and one just hit it just then. It took me a minute, but I figured out how to fix them. Tearing them chartreuse tails off of my jigs. So I put a little short chartreuse jig on here that ain't had no tail on it. Go ahead and give them the color that they want. Crappie. Lots and lots of small crappie in here. Got to be some big ones in here. Guess these smaller ones are just more active.
What's that, Dad? What fish is that?
That's a crappie, ain't it?
Yeah,
That's a culture, Jimmy. They have a nice room, lad.
that was a crappie, Grace.
Crappie.
We hooked into something nice here now. Grace. 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 I'm tangled up here. Go tell Jimmy to come in a minute. Look at that, Grace. Nice crappie. That was a big crappie there now.
It's bigger than me.
Watch your hand behind you. Grace can't get her hands around that crappie. Man.
Half of my head. 1/4 of my head.
Let me run up there and show Mr. Jimmy Wacken. I figured they had to be a big one in here somewhere, you two. Smile, Grace, you on camera. Look how big that fish is compared to your head. Look at the mouth on that crappie. And Mr. Jimmy got some big crappie in here. Grace has took that rod and reel away from me.
You should got a big
You got to
one.
keep it reeling, Grace, where that spinner will keep turning.
I need to get that big one.
You got one, you got one. Look at that, you got another crappie. Don't reel him all the way up to the end of the thing. Always leave a little bit of line.
I got one.
Look at that, Grace caught one on the old Runcl.
That's one.
Hey Grace, he wasn't big as mine.
I want that one.
All right, don't reel it all the way to your rod. Always leave a couple of inches. All right, now flip that back. All right, now you can throw. All right, reel.
That's nice.
Grace has done got hooked on throwing that
Those
rod and reel there now.
I never been so far like that one.
She's wanting one of them big crappie like I just caught.
Probably Placimo will send me new one. You got one. Nadine don't need to get one and one for me.
Now Grace has got a brim on there. She means she's gonna try to outdo me. Don't reel him all the way up to the rod.
The one.
Trying to hold your hand up where, give me some slack. Trying to hold your hand up where you can see how big that fish is. He ain't big as the one I caught, Grace. Oh, he jumped loose. Grace, you're getting too addicted to that rod and reel fish. Don't reel it all the way up to your rod. You always leave some slack.
So Crappie do you have? I'm done.
I can cast this thing about 60 foot out there as long as the wind ain't against me. Make some long casts with it. Well, I think we could call it a day. But yeah, this Runcl reels work great for me. I enjoyed it. I'll drop a link below. You can check Runcl's website out and look at the products and stuff that they have on there. They fishing products, and see if there's anything on there that you're interested in. And we is hooked into one more here. I don't know, he ain't very big, but we do notice some big ones in here. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed YouTube, and we'll catch you the next time.